Hello everyone, I'm Eric from Sports 365. Here with me once again is my colleague Alex.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Arsenal's last two matches, a 4-3 victory over Luton and a 1-0 loss to Aston Villa. So, frankly, Arsenal didn't play that well in either of these matches. Even the win over Luton, we barely beat them. We needed a late winner from Declan Rice to beat them, and they're not exactly a very strong team. And of course, the match against Villa, we actually defensively we weren't that bad, and we allowed one goal, but we couldn't get anything going offensively. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So, as far as the defense goes, believe it or not, even though we allowed one early goal from Villa, overall the defense was pretty solid. The problem was more the lack of creation in the midfield and the lack of finishing in the attack. Against Luton, defensively, we weren't as good, especially Raya. It looked quite shaky, and that's what led to us conceding 3 goals against a relatively weak team. So what do you think about our defensive performances against Villa and Luton, Eric?
Yeah, against Luton it was pretty poor, quite poor actually. Ryan made some mistakes that made the scoreline way closer than it really should have been. And from set pieces, it was bad as well. And 2 of their 3 goals came from set pieces, so it's pretty unacceptable. And yeah, against Villa, it wasn't good enough either. Certainly wasn't as bad, but yeah, we pretty much lost the game in the first 10 minutes. But I can see that early goal, so yeah, really not good enough in either game.
Yep, I agree. So as far as the midfield performance, midfield was really just pretty good against Luton, especially Declan Rice, of course. He's been Arsenal's star player throughout the entire season. I don't think he's had a single bad performance. He was excellent against Luton as well. He was excellent really throughout the match, and of course he scored the late winner. So I would say he was a standout performer in the midfield against Luton. I give him an 8 out of 10 rating for his performance. Against Villa, as I mentioned, the midfield really struggled to create a lot for the attackers. Rice was, it wasn't as good. It wasn't terrible, probably 7 out of 10. Odegaard didn't really do much. He didn't really create many chances. Probably only 6 out of 10 performance, and that definitely contributed to Arsenal not scoring a single goal in that match. What do you think about the midfield performances against Villa and Luton, Eric?
Well, I think against Luton, it was good overall. Created plenty of chances, so definitely could have scored more than 5 goals, 4 goals, excuse me. I think Rice was the standout performer probably overall in that game, to be honest. He's scoring the late winner and, just doing what he does, breaking up play, shielding defense, as always. Like I said, the goals that Luton scored weren't really his fault. It was 2 goals from set pieces, and, the defensive errors that led to those goals weren't his. And, Ryan made some mistakes, and, against Villa, midfield didn't really do much, didn't really create very much, and that's why Arsenal's attack couldn't really get anything going because there weren't really many chances created by the midfield in that game.
That's true. Continuing with the discussion of Arsenal's attack. Luton, we scored 4 goals. I don't think we can really criticize the attack at all, the performance against Luton. To be honest, the major negative of that performance was probably Raya's shakiness in goal. Against Luton, Jesus, he was quite good. Give him an 8 out of 10. And Havertz was also good, continuing his good run of form, probably a 7 out of 10. Against Villa, of course, we failed to score a goal, so we're not going to have very good ratings for the attack. I would say Jesus was probably only a 6 out of 10, and that's probably a little bit generous. Against Villa, and Saka wasn't quite his usual brilliant best. He was probably only a 6 out of 10 as well. We struggled to get a lot of shots on target to take our chances against Villa. Although, of course, the midfield didn't exactly create very many chances against Villa. So what do you think about our attacking performances against Luton and Villa, Eric?
Well, against Luton, it was quite good. I mean, scored 4 goals and definitely could have had more than that, to be honest. So I can't really criticize the attack in that game. Against Villa, yeah, I mean, attack didn't really do much overall. To be honest, didn't really have any chances to take advantage of, but still didn't really do enough with the chances that they did get. So yeah, it's quite good against Luton, but really struggled against a much more defensively sound Aston Villa team.
That's true. So as far as the manager ratings for these 2 matches, I would say Villa against Luton, I would say maybe 7 out of 10. I don't want to praise Arteta too highly because overall performance wasn't really good enough. I don't know how much of that was really Arteta's fault though. I thought his tactics and substitutions were decent against Luton. Against Villa, I think his tactics were decent. I think he set the team up decently, but I think he could have come up with tactics that would have encouraged Arsenal to create more chances. Although, of course, that's not just his responsibility. So probably just a 5 out of 10 against Villa. What do you think, Eric?
Yeah, I think you'd probably go to a 7.5 out of 10 against Luton. I mean, Raya's clearly the number one, and I wouldn't really put his mistakes down to Arteta, to be honest, because look at the stats overall, he's been better than Ramsdale, so can't really criticize that too much. And as far as the set piece defending wasn't good either, so I guess you could criticize him a bit for that. But the midfield was really good. The attack was really good. So I'll give him 7.5 out of that. And then against Villa, he wasn't there because of the Premier League's bullshit yellow card against him when he celebrated excessively against Luton. So I don't know how much you can really criticize him for that, considering that he wasn't there. But the attacks obviously weren't good enough. Give him a 6 out of 10 for that one, I guess. Obviously, it'd be different if he had actually been there. Or someone actually won the game if he'd been there. But so that's what I'd say as far as the major ratings go.
Yeah, I agree. I think going forward, we really need to work on being more consistent with our performances. Because it seems like we'll have a great performance, where we, for example, when we smashed Lawn 6-0 or whatever, then we'll follow it up with a poor performance. So if we're really going to make a serious run for the title, we need to have a consistently high level of performance across a long run of games. That's what we really need to focus on, I think. Don't you think, Eric?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Well, that's all for this video, and thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.